Start today. Life
Happened.
stories that I'm just of course the ongoing saga of what, Denise?
PG&E, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for all those you don't know, PG&E is like the evil corporation in California that spent years taking these people's money, with the assumption that they're going to have electricity and everything's going to be hunky-dory. This company pocketed all their money,
Yep.
didn't use any of the money to update their lines, nothing. So now every time the wind blows over a certain speed, they're cutting off their power. Because they're afraid of a wildfire, I get it, but with the part I don't get is why they didn't update their lines all these years.
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss that about what's going on with them now.
That's crazy.
But first I want to discuss this survival story that I just came across the other day. It's about a lady. Now this is impressive to me because everybody knows I have this thing with Australia. I find Australia fascinating.
It's amazing, isn't it?
There's this island, here it is, this island in the middle of the freaking ocean. And it's like, they've got all these, great beasts on it. I mean, these humongous spiders.
Yes.
Giant boxing rats.
I know, these huge snakes, yeah. No. I
understand it. It's kind of like here, it's like, we don't have grizzly bears in the middle of our town. But still, it's just, to me, it's just fascinating how this island.
And they have nowhere to go. They can't run from them. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, how they've stayed populated this whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know. It's like, how are these creatures still around in these gigantic... Makes you wonder, what it was like before.
Oh, yeah.
Man really kind of took over there. I mean, what the hell was it? Like some kind of prehistoric... I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's scary, ain't it? Yeah, I always wanted to go there till then.
This woman, she survived out in the outback for something ridiculous, 12 days. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
By herself for 12 days. And she wasn't no spring chicken either.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't like some 20-year-old survivalist that was just out in the whatever.
Right.
It basically says 3 of them took off together. Well, she decided to go a different way than her friends. She's like, no, I'm going this way, whatever. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, they disappeared, and she survived on her own. She's been found, but they haven't.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just amazing. And like I said, and this woman is not, she's not, I think she was in her 50s, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that by any means, of course. Well, now the article can't be seen, but anyways, it's basically survived after 12 days in the outback. And I believe she was in her 50s, and now her friends are missing, but she did stuff like boiling water, things like, just simple things to survive. Just simple things. I'm trying to see if I can find it in another outlet, because now, of course, I can't see the article. Keeps gaze. I totally understand why. But yeah, it's, to me, that's incredible. Anybody
yeah, that's crazy. I have it here. She stayed alive by drinking water from a watering hole for cattle, eating biscuits, and sheltering in a hole dug under her car. What was the matter with her car?
And over there, biscuits means like cookies, kind of.
Yeah.
Cookies or crackers. So these people decided to go a different direction.
Yeah, those other 2, Claire Hockridge and Fu Tran, remain missing. Yeah, she was 52.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. What was wrong
so
with her
these people,
car? Oh, it became bogged in the river. Okay, okay.
yeah, they supposedly went for help, and they have not returned.
No.
Man, it's freaking Australia outback, for God's sake. Who the hell knows what's over there?
I know, right? Why would you separate yourself like that? You should never, ever do that, really. Not,
Well, I think what it was is they were concerned that she wasn't going to be able to make the rough trip or whatever. I mean, that's what I think. 'Cause I think they were a little bit younger than her. And I think that's what it was, is they decided not to stay with the car or with her. They wanted to go find help. But they didn't want... I think it's based... Me personally, it's probably more like they didn't want her to bog them down.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it turned out to be the opposite way, you know? Just amazing. I mean, just amazing.
Wow.
Just how things like that... In 12 days, I mean, you know, I mean, I'm sure I'm picturing Australia is like way worse than it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You hear these stories and you see these pictures, especially of like these gigantic spiders that are like, you know, God knows how many feet long. It's long.
I know, crazy, crazy.
And then, of course, the people who live there love to joke a lot.
Oh, yeah, oh,
like
yeah.
That guy that is like,
okay.
We've got drop bears, which, by the way, are not real.
Oh, I know. She said she stayed behind with her dog because it wouldn't have survived the journey. That's why she stayed behind. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And
I thought that the other article, I thought they said that they left her. So.
Yeah, yeah. They're still searching for him. Been missing 13 days now.
Yeah, in the Australian outback.
Yeah.
So.
The mosquitoes probably ate them. I don't know.
Oh, I know mosquitoes probably carried them off their mountain highway.
Yeah, carried them off, that's for sure. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So yeah, to me that's amazing that she was able to survive 12 days like that.
Yes, yes. And she still has her dog. Aww. Aww.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of like wild animals.
Oh yeah.
You know, they have like those wild dingoes.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah, never mind the kangaroos, and don't mess with the koala because they'll eat your face off, and all kinds of neat stuff.
Like we read that thing about the kangaroos. Like,
yeah.
Like I never knew that you can't face a kangaroo. I never till we did that show that night, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like you literally have to stand to the side and look at the kangaroo, like, you know, kind of to the side out of the corner of your eye. That's the only way a kangaroo will think that you're not trying to box them or try to meet with them, basically.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If I did not know that till that night.
Yeah, that was correct. That's like, yeah.
So of course, I mean, like anything, you'd be standing there watching the animal.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, she survived, so bless her heart for that. Wow.
So there's one. Now there's another one that I came across. This was just today, in fact. It's sad, though. It is sad, but it's just amazing that there was these two little girls that they got into an accident with their father. The father had passed away. Now this is it's the middle of the night. It's winter. Went down an embankment 200 feet.
Oh!
And these little girls are 4 and 5 years old, or I think they were 4-year-old twins, something like that. They managed to get themselves out of their car seats, and they walked up the embankment in the middle of the night, freezing cold weather.
Wow.
And got the road. And when they got up there, some lady just happened to be going by.
Oh, wow.
And she did decide to go back and help, which she said her first instinct was to keep driving, because people do that.
Yeah, sure they do.
But some told her it wasn't a trick, and she went back, and
Oh, wow.
But isn't that amazing that
these
babies knew?
Yeah, that's a good thing. That was a good thing, yes, that they knew what to do. Absolutely. Wow. Wow, that's sad.
They knew how to get out of their car seats. They knew how to get up the embankment. They knew,
Yeah.
200 feet. Those babies climbed in the middle of the night, freezing cold. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like I think sometimes in those situations there's something else going on.
There could well be. Yes. Yeah. Somebody's definitely watching out.
They contact the mother. And the mother. Of course, they're traumatized by the event. Well, of course, but otherwise they're fine.
Wow.
Cruises.
Good for them. That's a good story. That they did.
It's not good. That they survived. It's just crazy. And this is why we've told people, how many times we've told people, 1,000,000 times over, teach your kids.
Absolutely.
Teach your children. Like, how did those babies get out of that car seat?
Yeah.
Somebody had to have shown them, or they figured it out, or something, how to get out.
Yep.
How did they know to get out of the car and go up this embankment?
Yeah.
There's so many things. So,
that's
for sure. Always teach your kids.
Absolutely, yes. So, that could have saved their lives, that they knew what to do, so. Otherwise, nobody probably would have seen them down there. Not right away, I wouldn't think. 200 feet? That's a long ways down.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Like, it's only 200 feet. It's like, really think about 200 feet.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. It's like, the average bedroom is what, 10, 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the average normal bedroom,
right.
You think about that 20 times?
Yeah. Or, you could even go 20-foot room, like your living room. 10 times. That's you would never see that.
And it's up an embankment. This wasn't something that they just walked across the field. They were up an embankment in the middle of the night.
That's, wow.
And ice and snow.
Yep, and stuck together. That's great. 200 feet, you're going along the highway, you can't see that far down. There's no way you would see them. Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. And so they went up the embankment to the road and flagged down a car, and the lady did stop. Thank God.
Bless her heart, yeah.
And I'll be honest, I probably would, knowing my dingy butt, but, like she said, at first she wasn't going to, but you just don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't know,
because somebody could be using the kids. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, they said that on that road that time of night, to have somebody even drive by was phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah, like you said, seemed like there was something else going on there.
Yeah. Wondered. Well,
speaking of
heard story on our other shows, so.
Crazy calls, you had one. That was insane.
Oh, with the apartment?
Yeah. What the hell?
Oh yeah, let me tell you. This is
great, guys.
Kind of a story of survival. It's
sure it is.
The other day I was sleeping. I work nights, so I was sleeping, and somebody's pounding on my door. Pounding. It was so loud. So I get up, and of course, I'm kind of in a daze a little bit, but I look out the peek hole. Well, as I'm looking out, you can tell this guy's looking at the peek hole. The people on my door.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching them. So they go away from my door, and they go to my neighbors across the way, and they're pounding on their door.
That's crazy.
What the hell are these guys doing now? See, I assume, well, I have that idiot neighbor who gets once in a while and forgets where he's. Yeah. I figured it was him, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because all these doors here, you really can't tell if you're not paying attention. But it wasn't him, so it's like, these guys, I don't know them. So I'm watching again. So by this time, I've got my machete in my hand. I'm like,
you go, girl.
I'm ready. I'm just saying, they went through my door. Probably they wouldn't have made it through the threshold.
Nope. Good.
But they didn't. But at my neighbor's door, they had this. I couldn't tell at the time it was chalk, but I see this little line. They drew this white little line on their door. I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
So they go down the stairs, and I run to my window and I look out and I see them get into a black SUV. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I get my shoes on and everything. I go across the hall. There's like a little white line in chalk on my neighbor's door.
Wow.
I'm like, what the world? So I go downstairs. I wanted to check the other doors because I live in a locked apartment building that has has 4 apartments on top and 4 on the other. And I live on the top floor. So I go downstairs and I look and there's rocks in the door, like the locked door. They had put rocks at the bottom to prop open the door. So I took the rocks out. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So I kicked the rocks out and then I look over and one of my other neighbor's door has a line on it. And then the one in the back had a line on it. I'm like, what in the hell? So I went and I got a cloth and I washed off the doors and I dried so those lines weren't there.
Yeah.
You know? So I thought, this is just weird. So I didn't, sometimes people hear, like, if they have visitors who don't have a key to the door, they'll leave rocks in the door that they can get back in, which they're not supposed to, but, it does happen.
Sure.
And I thought, well, that just seemed weird to me. So I was up anyway, so I sat down and I was going to, eat something and get me something to drink. And my apartment, there's like a cutout in the wall where there's supposed to be like an air conditioner, But in the wintertime, we take that out. But you just,
right.
Even though no cold air coming in, you can still hear the outside kind of, That's part of my podcast here. Sometimes you can hear people driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of heard like a car door, so I was like, what the hell? So I look out. So now there's this older model car that I've never seen here before. I'm like, what the hell? And this guy gets out and he comes up to the building. Well, of course, the building's locked now. He goes back to the car, and the other guy gets out. He comes up and tries the door. Of course, it's locked now. So he's getting out of the cell phone. He's making calls,
Yeah.
So after a while, they finally just drove away. So I thought, I better call the police. So I called the police. And I'm like, telling them what I saw and everything.
Right.
Of course, they can't do anything.
Right.
Well, I mean, it is true. What do what are they going to bust him on?
Right, but at least they were aware. You made them aware of what was going on.
They started doing some drive-bys and making their presence known and stuff like that. So, and then my daughter had brought up something like the other day. There was a couple rocks in the door. I'm like, oh my god, I wonder if that's.
Oh my god, that's scary.
You never know.
Yeah, and to put the lines on the door, like hit these. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. And I think the only reason I didn't get a line on my door is because because if you look in a peephole, you can see there's light.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden, if the light's not there, somebody's looking out of it.
Right.
So I think that's why they decided to move on away from my door.
Oh, probably. Wow, that's scary.
It's really eerie. I'm looking out the peephole and I'm watching them, and they're hitting my door. And all of a sudden, he looks up at the peephole and they stop. So he knew I was watching him.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah.
Not good. But you knew what to do.
Just have one group of guys and then another. But that was the only thing that I could think of at the time.
Sure.
There's other things, you can grab a gun, like somebody said, grab your gun, shoot them. Yeah, sure, that's an option. But unless they're getting in your house, like actually in your home,
right.
You can go to jail for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were ready, though.
As much as, I totally, it's just, another brother's like, why didn't you swing open that door? It's like, okay, well, there's 2 strange guys out there.
Yeah, wait a minute, Yeah, no.
You don't force a confrontation. That's another one. Because, of course, you've got these keyboard warriors online. They're like, I swung open that door and I would have kicked her out of the night.
Oh, sure. Wait a minute.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We've said this before in survival. Life is not movies.
Right, exactly.
It's not the RPG.
No.
We do not live in a lawless society right now. And that's where people have played this role, the RPG, what I've called a role-playing game.
Right.
They've played this RPG for so many years, their mind is stuck in this, Mad Max world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about survival, there's camps and raiders, which, I'm not saying it won't be that way someday, but the point is it's not that way now.
No. No.
modern survival needs to come into play. You have to think about stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You have to think about, am I going to go to jail if I do this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I had that option. I could shoot a hole right in the door and blow them both away.
Well, exactly.
But then where does that leave me?
Yeah, exactly.
In jail for the rest of my life for murder.
Yeah.
Because they didn't actually do anything to me.
Yeah, yeah. Or break, they didn't break, they weren't in your apartment. But yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
good job.
There's a lot of options. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, good job. That's,
like I said, online, the thinking people have said that too. Okay, yeah, you did the right thing.
yeah, absolutely.
Those other one.
Yeah.
I swear, I knocked him in the next week, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, sure. How big are these guys? Number one, you're gonna fling open that door. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you have to think about that. You did the right thing. You were ready, and you took care of it. I mean, you kicked the rocks out, and everything, and they did not get away with anything. So,
exactly.
Yay,
and I
you
took
go.
the lines off the doors, so even if they would have gotten in the building, they wouldn't have known which ones to go to.
Exactly. So, absolutely, I was so proud of you. I said, yeah, you go, girl. You did it. So that's called awareness too of what is going on.
It's awareness. There's so many things with survival. It's not about just doing, like, putting people away. There's self-awareness, self-preservation.
Yes, absolutely.
And like I said, it's not a movie.
Yeah.
And it's not an RPG. You can't just go around shooting stuff up.
No.
We
no.
have law in our society. We don't live in a lawless society.
Yeah, no.
And those are the type of people that end up in prison. Whether you're the victim or not, you will end up in prison because they weren't trying to... Because how the law works basically is unless they're literally in your home threatening you...
Yep.
Or coming at you, you cannot shoot them.
Exactly.
In most states, that's how this is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you shoot them, how many homeowners have gone to jail?
Yeah. Yeah, and whether it be wrong or not, it's a law. Not that maybe we agree with it, but it is, it is a law. And then if you don't kill them, they're going to sue you. Even though they're the criminal, they're going to sue you.
Well, remember that, oh God, I'm trying to think, he was like 70 years old, and he used to be a boxer or something like that, and this guy broke into his house, and he just basically knocked the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Didn't use a weapon, but I mean, just like knocked the crap out of him with his bare hand.
Yeah.
Well, his family's suing the guy because he didn't need to use that excessive force. That's about as dumb to me as the guy who went in. Do you remember that story where the guy went in and he robbed like the Family Dollar or something, and the guy was at work and he had a gun on him, the employee, so he pulled out his gun and he shot the guy.
Yeah.
Because the guy shot at him. So then the family's literally on the air, like going, that man should not have brought a gun to work. She's like, yeah, he was there to rob the place, but oh well.
Yeah.
You should let the police do it.
I was like, wait a minute. It's gotten that crazy though. That
But the criminals are the victims.
Yeah.
And those people actually backed this woman.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand she was in grief and she was probably saying crazy things because she was she was sad. Of course I would be too. But it's like people are actually backing her.
I know.
Saying that it was the employee's fault who brought the gun to work.
Oh, wait a minute. But what would happen if they had shot him?
Brought a gun. Yeah, this guy brought a gun into the family that was threatening people with it, waving a gun in their face, saying he was going to shoot people.
Yeah, that's okay though.
They didn't comply, so he pulled out a gun. They had a little gunfight, and the robber ended up dead.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's the employee's fault because he brought a gun to work.
Yeah, but you know what would have happened if he hadn't? Okay, they would have said, well, if he had a gun, it wouldn't have happened. Wait a minute, it's just the way society is. I don't get it. It's kind of cool.
Everything's been ever since.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion. I mean, I think the government's always tried to mess with your mind a little bit.
Well, yeah.
But it seems to me like since 9/11, when they really figured out that they could manipulate people into what they think and how they're paranoid and incite just fear in people. I think that and the Casey Anthony case, and let me tell you why I think this. because Casey Anthony was like such a huge case across this country. And
Yes.
for those of you who don't know now, Casey Anthony was a woman who was accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter.
Right.
Her daughter went missing, and she went and lied to people in these wild goose chases.
Oh yeah.
Come to find out, the baby was dead, and she was facing charges for this, but she was found not guilty, which I still.
That was insane. Yeah. I did a podcast on that. That was insane. Yeah.
But this case, was so so popular that, it went across the country, went across the world, and at the time before they actually found, they figured out that the baby was dead and she was involved, the baby was missing by this so-called nanny. People were, I was one of them. My kids were little at the time. I was like, you guys come inside. It's like, I literally let this fear into my head that there were people, so here's this baby missing in Florida.
Yeah.
At the time, I'm in Texas, way far away from Florida, and I'm paranoid, and I'm making my children come, and you know how many parents did that across the country?
Oh, thousands, millions.
Becoming paranoid because, of a story in Florida. So, and I think a lot of that with the media and everything like that, I think that so many people figured out how you can manipulate a society.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
Think in one way or another.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going on, where that they're using the media and social media, and everything's just getting backwards and turned around.
Oh God, yes.
What's bad is good, and what's good is bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the case where that employee that shot the robber, in a society even 30 years ago, people would have hailed him as a hero.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my God, thank God that guy had that, thank God that happened. But now it's like, well, that young man's dead because that guy
Well, wait a minute here.
The young man who was there robbing you at gunpoint.
Yeah. Threatening people. Yeah.
Yes. Trust me, I don't want to see anybody die. I don't care who, I really don't. But I'm sorry, if it comes down between a gun-wielding man who's trying to point a loaded gun at my head to get money, and, that gun could have gone off, he could have killed somebody, and somebody just taking out a gun and saying, okay, now I've got an equalizer here, buddy, put it down, gunfire breaks out, that guy dies. Okay, guess what? It was his fault.
Yeah. Yep.
It wasn't the guy who brought the gun to work.
No.
It was the guy who came into the business with a loaded gun trying to rob people.
Yeah.
That was his fault.
And threatening and everything else. So, yeah. And he shot at him, too. So, wait a minute here. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Stories of survival. But it's like, for some reason...
I know. It's like...
It got twisted. It got twisted to where... They, and that's happened a lot in this country, and especially in about the last 15 years.
Yes, really absolutely. It's ass backwards. Yeah.
But that Casey Anthony, for me, I'm being very serious. It's like
2011. Yeah.
Pretty much showed our government that they can incite fear in the populace.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think the Casey Anthony case showed people how it can spread like wildfire.
Oh my God, yes.
How you can enthrall an entire country so much into one thing that has nothing to do with them.
Yeah. Yep.
It was so bad that the state of Florida actually had to pay for her to have plastic surgery.
Isn't that crazy?
To alter her looks.
Yeah.
Because she was, like I said, it's a done case. It's already been done.
Right.
I didn't agree with the decision,
no.
But I get why they had to do that, because there were people out there that were gonna dismember her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kill her.
Yep.
She could have never even remotely lived a normal life.
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, that was crazy stuff, if you ask me. I mean, we still shake our heads on that, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But it was just the point. It's like you had this Nancy Grace on a...
Oh, God, yeah.
Headline news she was on.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That. She was like this loudmouth,
Yeah, CNN, yeah.
Crazy lady that was, Was it CNN? I don't remember what it.
I think it was CNN.
It was one of.
And
yeah, I'm thinking headline news, but either way, it's like she was on there and she was this presence. Nancy Grace, for those of you who don't know, was this reporter, this news reporter that like she just, I don't know how she like a cult leader or something.
I think she wasn't just a journalist. I think she was a lawyer at one time.
Yeah, I think she was too. She was like a DA, I think.
Yeah.
I think she was a district attorney.
Yeah.
But it's like she had this show, and it's like it was just, she had so many people just enthralled, and she was just loud and obnoxious.
Yep, that's just how she is.
And then and she became like the queen of missing kids for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like every time a child went missing or something, and she found that case interesting. She would have, and all of a sudden she's talking to cousins and brothers. And So they figured out how to get this, and it wasn't just her. Because of her show, the other reporters on that station started covering the case.
Yep.
So there was this 24/7 Casey Anthony.
There
were reporters outside these people's homes, her parents' home, camping out there. There was reporters in the courthouse. The day of the hearing, it was like some kind of block party or something.
Oh, it was just insane. I have never seen anything like that. I think
that case kind of set the precedent for I don't know if that's the right word or not, but to show a lot of people how social media, it was before like the big social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that people were emailing this stuff to each other, and they were talking about it and calling each other.
Yes.
Everybody was talking about this case.
Everybody. Yes. That is so true.
There was not one single person in this country at that time could not tell you about that.
No.
One way,
you couldn't help but hear about it.
They cared about it or not, they still knew about it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's what really kind of wrapped our government, and a lot of people around it thought, like, wow, you can really do this. You can put somebody's mind to so. And I think that's when fake news was born, too. And I'm not saying that anything they did was fake, but I'm just saying, like, they figured out how you could twist.
Oh, yes.
By one thing.
I don't think it was too long after that came up. A couple years, maybe? And then the fake news came out that, this is not true. They're reporting this way.
I kind of knew about like the fake news. I mean, I didn't know about the whole news, but I got a glimpse of like how the media stretches.
I
lived in Corpus, and I think I've told the story before. I was living in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we had a lot of rain down there. And most of the town was not flooded. There was a couple spots, but there was this one street where it was like downhill, and the drainage systems at the bottom were all clogged up. I don't know if it was like trash cans. It was something where it wasn't draining. So the whole street kind of flooded, and like the water was up to these people's cars, and it was a horrible thing. Their homes were flooded, but it was only like 7 houses. You know what I mean? And, like 7 cars. Well, of course, the Weather Channel comes in, and they're on that street, and that street only.
Oh, yeah.
And they're filming it, and so I'm watching it on the Weather Channel. Oh, people here in Corpus Christi are trying to do, so...
I know, right? No,
actually... national news, because we're flooded, and it's only this one street.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, it's
they figured out, like later now, that the Weather Channel, that they exposed them, which I already knew it was bull crap. They exposed them, like, doing stuff, like, just ridiculous. Making it look like the winds were real strong.
That was hilarious. And the flag wasn't even moving. That was freaking hilarious. I thought that was funny. But it's so true. And the news media, of course, has to put their spin on it. A good example, another example of that was tonight. I caught the end of the football game. It went into overtime, by the way. The Eagles won. Whoever didn't know this. But anyway, during halftime, and they did it afterwards, too. Okay. I guess an independent news crew, they're doing a documentary. Okay, they played in Cleveland with Cleveland and the Bengals played yesterday. Well, they went to Cleveland Stadium and got their credentials or whatever, permission to film in the stadium. And the documentary is called "Do Your Job." Right away, and they had the blessing of the stadium and the Browns. Okay, here come the Bengals. The Patriots are spying on us. I'm like, oh, here we go. Okay, the Patriots are here, and they're spying on us. And I guess these sportscasters are like, and the NFL is investigating this. I'm like, tell the rest of the story, that they were permitted to be there. The Bengals got mad because they weren't informed. It's like, really, you spoiled brats? Who wants to film you anyway? It's not like you're in the playoffs. Seriously. And I'm just like, they did not tell the whole thing. They did not say...
What people don't understand who are listening to this are like, what does this have to do with survival? Let me tell you, this is called modern survival. This is what we teach, is modern survival.
Yep.
And you have to look at all aspects. The old, the new, everything. So this is modern survival. You can always believe what you see and hear.
Exactly. That's like the flooding. That is a survival thing because they reported, oh my God, they're trying the flooding, and that was so way out of proportion that they're scaring people. So find out the truth before you do anything. I mean, but that was a good example of that. They did not tell the whole story. Okay, right away. The Patriots are spying on us. Had nothing to do with them. It was crazy. I just laughed. I was like, oh my God. But
like I said, if people start needing to use common sense, and revert back to that story of the store that got robbed. It's like, think about this for a second. A man walked into a store with a loaded gun, waving it around, threatening people, threatening to shoot people.
Yep.
He's getting violent. He's trying to rob the place. And he's getting more agitated by the second. An employee pulled out a gun that he had brought to work with him legally.
Yep.
And there was a shootout. That man shot at him. He shot back. He was a better shot. He killed the guy. Okay, yes, it's sad for his family. But the fact remains, the man was there to rob the store and was threatening people with a loaded gun. He is not the victim here.
No.
But, like I said, the media and other people will sit there and try to make him look like one. Because for some reason, in this society, it's like they've been trying to make good bad, bad good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. But, it's just how they put a spin on things. They're not out lying, but they're just not telling you the whole thing. It's like...
Exactly.
You have to be careful what you read and hear. Absolutely. I remember that when that came out about the Weather Channel with that the tornadic winds or something, and the flag wasn't even moving. It was so fun.
That was the funniest.
That was great. I laughed.
So I started thinking about every story I've ever seen in my life.
And what happened to? It's going to be raining today, pretty heavy. No, it's not that anymore. You're going to have torrential rain and all this stuff going on.
No, they have these words like bomb cycles.
Yeah. The polar vortex is coming. Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy.
They're naming winter storms now. Blizzard, they're naming storm systems that are...
Yeah, it's like, wow. Wow.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So yes, that is part of modern survival. Everybody, I don't know how we got from these people breaking into my house to that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's just...
For real, modern survival is...
Yeah, modern survival, yeah.
What we teach, that's what we preach, because this is the society we live in. We are not in the RPG. The what they call, the end of the world as we know it has not happened yet. We still live in a society of laws. We still live in a society of responsibility, so you cannot just go willy-nilly and act like you're in the freaking wild west.
Yeah.
And go off on people.
Yeah. We're just... I guess what we're trying to tell you is, this is up to you to find out. To...
Figure it out.
then be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of what's going on. Don't take some Joe Blow and then.
Be aware of laws.
Yeah, yeah. Don't take Joe Blow on TV's word for anything. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We're thinking adults, thinking people. We should be able to, figure things out. I would hope so.
I would hope so too. So, anyways, just like we said, just use common sense. Be aware of your surroundings. Look up your local laws in your state too before you. People, I got a gun. Okay, that's great. Well, you better look at some laws in your state because, like I said, we live in a modern society where there are laws and they lock away homeowners who are shooting people that come into their house. So you better look up laws to make sure of what your rights are too, because every state's different. It may be okay in this state, but not in this state. Like I have a friend, for some reason, he thinks Texas is like the, and I love Texas. Okay, don't get me wrong. I lived there for years. I do like it.
Yeah.
But Texas is one of the most, what I call it, the most closed, open state you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, he seems to think like Texas, it can be like this wild, wild west shootout, but that's not the case. Texas also has laws about what you can and cannot do with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would be surprised. Like a good example. Like there was a thing, I remember this. This was years ago. They were doing this story on like what would you do, and what's your consequences for it. Like they were saying, okay, let's take you see a man dragging off a woman in the parking lot, and you take out your gun and you shoot him. Are you liable for injuring that man or killing him? Yeah, you know why?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't coming at you.
Right. It was basically none of your business.
Surprise, that's laws in a lot of states.
Yeah. Because it doesn't concern you. Call the police, you can do that. Let them take care of it.
Well, you can take out your gun and you can, try to get them to stop and everything like that, but unless they're literally coming at you, in a lot of states cannot shoot them.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. I mean, I would do it anyway, but of course I'm with the rest of society. If I see someone being hurt,
yes,
I'm going to do whatever I can to
yes,
help that person.
I agree with you. I agree
laws
with
that
you.
are on the books in these states. That's basically saying that. It doesn't matter if that guy was beating the crap out of that woman. You can't shoot him because he wasn't trying to hit you.
Right.
Some states are just really crazy. So look up some stuff.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Okay.
They're crazy.
Let's get away from that.
Okay, let's get on. Well, how about PG&E? Oh my God.
Oh yes, before we get to the Christmas stuff, let's talk about PG&E.
Yeah.
And we told you all earlier, if you don't know, PG&E is the electric company in California that's basically screwing the California people without lube. Sorry, that's disgusting. That's just how it is. They are. They are just this evil corporation. Well, now, with all the media attention and with people talking about it on social media and even shows like this one where we're calling these bastards out, they're talking about breaking the company up now.
Yeah.
Guess what? They may have too much power.
Yeah.
So now they're in the works of discussing possibly breaking this company up to where there's not just one entity has so much power, which I think is a good idea.
Oh, absolutely.
Because what really pissed me off about this company, there were several things.
Yeah, there's a few.
One of the biggest things that pissed me off is they're claiming poverty, but then they hired this new CEO with like a ridiculous salary.
And what was like $7 million?
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to get so much a year, and not only was he getting so much a year, they were going to give him kickbacks
and bonuses
of profit.
Yeah.
Yes, and a house and relocation money and just craziness. Like we're talking millions here. Yeah, it was something like $7 million in the first year or something like that. It's like just insane amount of money. But then they're claiming poverty, and these people are they're cutting out their power without notice.
Yeah.
Because the winds kicked up.
Because
they didn't spend their money wisely all those years.
Right. They never fix their equipment. It's all so out.
Instead of trying to get out there and using that money, because $7 million, I'm sure could have fixed a good portion of their life. Not all of it, But, if you do a little bit at a time, fix this line, they can't tell me they can't do that.
Yeah. The latest.
But no, there's then the lavish parties.
And
They were having the day before the blackout. The gas portion of PG&E, because there's a gas part and electric part, was there having big cheese and wine celebration with also CEOs of the electric side too were there.
Of course.
Right before the blackout. Then they apologized for it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, screw you.
Yeah. Okay. Supposedly, they announced that they're going to settle. They agreed. Now, this is ridiculous, but I hopefully people, this will help. They agreed to pay $13.5 billion to the victims. Okay.
Of the fires.
Of the past fires, that campfire. That was a major one. And some of the there was another one that they started. It was like 17 out of the 19 fires were started by them. They did agree to pay 13. Yeah. This is crap though too. Listen to this. This angered some families. Half of their payments, okay, will be distributed to victims in company stock. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be worthless. You are worthless.
So now you've got the company who already isn't fixing their crap, and now they're taking it from within the companies.
Right.
Where it's just going to be down to nothing. But see, I think that part's a good thing. Let me tell you why. Because now it can be broke up.
And maybe, I don't know.
A lot easier than, I don't know.
It depends. It depends what the bonds are. It says company stock. So if it's PG&E, I don't know. Because they did file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So, they're just, these people are not happy. And it's the one of the people said, it's just, and I quote, it's been a mind-boggling nightmare over incredible greed. Perfect. That's exactly what it is.
Well, because these people for years, it's basically, imagine if you had, I'm going to simplify it as much as I can. Let's say you had this cardboard box. You're responsible for this cardboard box to keep it new looking, keep it, so people are giving you money every month to keep this cardboard box intact because this cardboard box is something that they need. So what you do is you pocket every cent of that money.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of buying an umbrella to keep the box dry, instead of, keeping, whatever, structures on the box, whatever, safe, whatever. And you pocket the money, and you do nothing to keep it upgraded, do nothing. Well, then suddenly now, this box integrity is done. It's crushing in on people, and it's, causing problems. Like I said, I'm doing this as simply as I can for people who don't understand what happened here.
Right.
So now, all this happens to all these corporate bastards have all this money, and their box fell apart that they were responsible to keep going.
Right.
And now they're saying, oh, well, it's not our fault.
Oh, they've never denied that. They've never denied that.
Well, no, at first they were saying that they didn't have the money.
Oh, yeah.
That's what pissed me off about them the most.
Yes.
So they absolutely admitted the fact that these fires were their fault.
Yeah.
But what they're not admitting to is the fact that they did nothing over the years to keep these lines intact.
Exactly.
So, like using the box theory, they're basically saying, oh yes, the box is screwed. The box is screwed.
Yep, sorry.
It's crushed, the corners are coming in, everything, you're absolutely right, it's crushed. But it's not our fault it's that way.
Right. Yep.
It's not our fault. We couldn't afford to keep it good, even though we could afford jets and $1 million parties and things like that. Big old gigantic buildings in San Francisco. We could afford all these things.
Yes. Yeah.
But we couldn't afford to keep your, I know the box thing was a stretch, but I was just trying to simplify it for people who did exactly. It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Like all those years, and I don't understand why they weren't being.
Here's another fact that came out. PG&E crews had not climbed the towers since 2001, at least since 2001. Are you freaking kidding me?
So that's 18 years, almost, 19.
Mm-hmm.
These crews have not even climbed any towers.
Nope.
Work on the line.
They have killed.
I should tell you the greedy corporate bastards.
Yes.
What they are. So they've had people on staff.
Mm-hmm.
That could fix things, but they're just sitting on their asses, basically getting paid. And that's even if they're getting paid. I doubt linemen are getting paid here.
Yeah.
It's the corporate people in the offices that have that money.
A couple of the other fires were also covered in the settlement, which I think is crap. It should have been a separate settlement. Was the Tubbs fire in 2017, the Ghost Ship fire in an Oakland warehouse in 2016, and the Butte fire in 2015. The wine,
that was all caused by their faulty lines.
The wine country fires in 2017 were also their fault. 200,000 acres in Napa County destroyed or damaged more than 5,500 homes, displaced 100,000 people, and here killed at least 41. You're talking over 100 deaths.
Yes, and that's not just residents who live there. We're talking firefighters and stuff like that, first responders that came there to help, and some of them lost their lives too, and have caused lifelong injuries. And people don't know. Well, why are you so upset about this? Because this can happen anywhere. This is why we're trying to inform everybody on this.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people don't get that these companies are everywhere. PG&E, it's somewhere else, just under a different name.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like they also have these greedy, just corporate. I'm sorry, I keep using that word, greedy corporate bastards.
That's what they are, because that's exactly what they are.
$1 million salaries, these multi-million-dollar deals, and they are screwing you. And this is what's happening out there, and it can happen to you too. So you need to pay attention to what's happening out there.
Absolutely.
Because how this is being handled can be very easily happen in your state.
Yeah.
Just one day, you could just be without power.
Yeah.
And some people know how to survive with that, but there's a lot of people who have no clue. They're like, oh my God, what do I do now? They don't know.
Yep. So this has been, this is not just the fires. This is going back a couple, as much as 4 years, which I think is totally insane. That should be a whole separate thing. Look how many businesses, homes, over 100 people killed in these fires. That's unacceptable to the max.
Not to mention the fact that they sent out this multi-million-dollar campaign to try to force lawmakers into saying that natural gas is no longer viable.
Yeah, they want to go all electric.
Yeah, they want the whole state to go all electric. This is their goal by what was it, 2020 something, 2025?
Yeah, we did this the last time around,
Yeah, it's ridiculous where they're trying to make this whole state go electric.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to feel that natural gas is not a good...
Yeah, let's see, what started the fires? But they want to go all electric. That boggled my mind. I was like, they have a nerve to even bring that up to them. I mean, seriously.
And then there's survivalists that are saying, well, it's their own fault because they live there. They live in the state that they know this happened. But people don't understand. Number one, it's not that easy just to get up and move.
Right. Most
you
people
have a family, you're barely making it as it is. You can't just pack your crap up and just go somewhere, not having a place to live, not having
the money. Apparently, And then
there's people that live there their whole lives. Their parents, their grandparents, their great grandparents live there. They're just not that easy. It's like there's history there. People don't I've heard a lot of survivalists say, well, I don't feel a damn bit sorry for the people in California. They live there knowing that this happens. And it's like, you don't understand.
How are they going to move now?
I agree that there's some people that could leave, and they just don't want to. But there's other people that literally cannot.
Yeah, can't afford to. It's expensive to move out of state. You know.
So again, we flipped the switch to where we're blaming the victims. Stop blaming the victims.
Thank you.
The
Yes.
people who live in California, the people that have to live there, whatever, don't blame them.
No.
It's not their fault.
No.
Just knock it off. Stop blaming victims. Blame these corporations. These are who you need to go after.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Unite with your fellow American citizens and get these greedy corporate bastards out of the picture. We have too many. Too many.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying get rid of capitalism. No, I am not saying that. But what I am saying is make these people responsible. I'm all for being rich. You want to be rich? Be rich.
Be nice.
I am so happy for you that you've made it.
You
know, if you're rich, I'm 100% happy for you. I'm all for capitalism. But you know what I am not for? Is irresponsible people.
Thank you. Yes, totally.
Risk other people's lives.
Yeah.
So they can line their pockets and have their marble freaking countertops and their freaking, their gold entryways. Bullshit.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. You know,
I'm hoping they break the shit out of this company. I hope they.
Yeah, I hope so too. Absolutely,
and I
absolutely.
Hope politicians like Nancy Pelosi, who, by the way, should be totally ashamed of herself.
Yeah, absolutely. She should.
People like them understand what their role is. I mean, this is her state.
And she didn't.
This impeachment. She's more concerned about that than she is people's lives.
Yeah.
It's like this guy can get voted out next year, and they're more worried about this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We shouldn't even care.
It's going up in flames, literally.
Yeah. Your state is burning. Yeah. Your state is burning. Oh, and she does nothing. She just.
Yeah, she really. Oh God, she angers me so.
Oh yeah, let's not get started on that. Yeah. That was insane. That was.
Yeah, that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
If you think we're just doing it, because believe me, Democrat, Republican, to me, if you're doing the right thing, you're good with me. But she is not doing the right thing.
No, absolutely not.
She's another greedy corporate bitch. Sorry, she is. So
yeah, absolutely.
She don't care about what's going on.
No, she absolutely, obviously.
Part of that. Her and her husband both.
Yeah, yep. I don't care if their state's burning, people are losing lives. I don't.
She can sell a state, and she can.
Yeah.
And she can sit there and try to get rid of Trump for some freaking female thing she's got. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not getting involved in the politics because I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But I do not like the fact that this is going on in her own state.
Yeah, and she does nothing.
And she does nothing. Yeah, she tried to put a donation and they threw it back in her face, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I don't either. It's like, oh my God, yeah,
nothing to help those people.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing to get this company, nothing to do anything, because she's just like that.
Yeah, and you also have to understand that these people out there, they lost everything, okay? They've been in litigation with PG&E for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
And now they're finally selling, and they're going to get half in company stock. I'd say stick that stock up your butts. Are you kidding? I can't even use it as toilet paper. Stop it.
I can pick up a piece of dog poop outside and say, hey, I'm going to put this on.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to give you stock that I put in this dog poop.
Yeah, honest to God, I'm just like, wow. But the thing is, they don't have the money to move. They're waiting on settlements. They're waiting on insurance, all this stuff going on. That doesn't happen overnight. How are you going to move? You have nothing.
Like I said, people need to pay attention because what's going on out there can happen where you live. You say it can't. Oh, we don't live here. I live in the great state of Texas. Or I live in Mississippi. Bullshit. It can happen there. Trust me. It is happening there.
Yes. Yep.
They're just better at covering it up.
Oh, yeah, they were good. No doubt about it. And they ignored all their violations and everything that were found. They were supposed to do certain things, which they never did. And not even climbing the tower since 2001? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now they think they're protecting people by the blackouts. Okay, whatever.
Well, they're protecting them from the fires, but then they're hurting them in other ways. So
yes.
Now these people in the middle of winter and things like that don't have power.
Yep.
They don't have a way to cook it. And this is where we also need to be prepared.
Yep.
We said survival. Have things on hand.
Yes.
Help you. You don't know. This could happen in your state. This could happen anywhere. Even if it's a EMP, that somebody could, God knows, some freaking crazy person could do that, and you're going to be without power for a very long time if that happens. Electromagnetic pulse. People, look it up. EMP. It happened where you live.
Absolutely. Never say never, right?
Yes.
Never say never.
But anyways, we're not going to get on this soapbox, guy. I know you guys are like, why are they doing this to us?
Because we've been talking about this the past
months.
Yeah.
Years.
The past months we've been on. We always keep trying to keep you updated on what's going on, so you are informed. As to what is going on with that.
Wildfires.
Yeah.
We were talking about these wildfires way back, when we first started this show, not knowing that it was actually PG&E's fault.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the wildfires. So most definitely look up some stuff. Follow the money. I say that all the time. Follow the money.
There you go.
Want your answers? Follow the money.
There you go.
It's always a money trail. All that, and you'll find the truth.
Unfortunately, in their case, it's a body trail, but...
Yeah, God, even worse, yeah.
Yeah, and
anyways,
that's sad. Okay, we will address this later. We'll keep you...
Yes.
Yeah, but we will keep you up to date on what goes on with PG&E.
I seriously, one night, would love to do just a special just on PG&E alone, like where they've been, what's happened, what's about to happen. I would love to do that, just a whole,
we should
talk like nothing, because we could seriously go on for hours.
Yep.
So I would love to do that show.
Yeah, we should do one.
Players and who's doing what and who isn't doing what and who should be doing something. I would love to do that. So maybe we'll do that one night.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
A B.O.B. Off kind of kilter special on.
Yeah, we absolutely should. Absolutely should.
So,
and
stay tuned for that. I think it's going to happen because I think it needs to.
I agree totally. I think that's a great idea. Okay, so we'll drop it for tonight, and we will be back with that. Believe me, we will. We're going to follow this up. So what else we got on there?
Totally different subject. What is the date today?
Oh my God, I didn't want to talk. It is the 9th of December.
Yeah.
9th.
Actually, the 10th.
Well, it's the 10th now. Yeah. We'll go with that.
My daughter's birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Christy.
Happy birthday.
But anyways, what my point is here, okay, Planet B.O.B. goes on every 2 weeks.
Yep.
So 2 weeks from now will be what? Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No.
I know, right?
No.
Yeah. Right, it's the 10th. Right?
Is it Christmas Eve? Oh, crap.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. No, it's not. It's the 23rd. We go on Mondays, not Tuesdays.
Well, it's the 10th now, though.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But anyways, so you're down to the wire here, people. Just a few weeks till Christmas. Yeah. And I know some of you are like, I haven't gotten crap yet. I don't know what to do. I haven't gotten anything yet. What do I do? There's things you can do. There's things you can do. And I know it's not easy out there, people. And like I said, we do modern survival here. To me, this kind of stuff is... they say, Christmas isn't survival, it's not a necessity, but it is to some people.
Yes.
They really want to try to survive this without being in debt for the next 200 years. And not everybody has hundreds and hundreds of dollars to spend on things. There's people I know out there that don't have $15 extra by the end of their paycheck.
Yes. That's very true.
So...
and
there are things you can do, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are things you can do.
Okay.
There's different, we'll start with, gifts for, family members, things like that. Let's say you don't have a lot of money,
right,
which a lot of people don't. But you can find gifts that are meaningful. For, less money, you can dress them up, do whatever. For example, let's say you have old family pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You can take one of them down, or a few of them down, to Walgreens, Walmart, anywhere that has a photo center type place. They have things they can scan the pictures and they can get you like an 8x10 of that picture right then and there.
Yeah, there you go.
Or if you have a relative who lives out of town, you can do it online. And you could do like a nice, frame or whatever, and you can literally have a gift for them for less than $10. And it's me.
Yeah, there you go. One thing
stuff like that.
Yeah, one thing my daughter does, because, well, especially when Mom was still alive, and she needs to catch up on it. And it was so cool. She scrapbooks, like events that, was going on in her life, like when she graduated and things she did with them. And she's going to catch up this year, because they have a whole stack of them. She's doing this every year. She didn't do last year, though, so she's going to catch up on that. And she's scrapbooking now with Dakota, things with her and events with her and things like that. And, Mom and Dad loved it. Dad loves it now. So that's
exactly. That's again, an inexpensive gift that's so meaningful to somebody.
Very, yeah.
And there's so many things that you can do. Like things like that with photos, you can make ornaments. They do so many things.
Yes.
And they're fairly cheap. Like I said, I think the ornaments now are like $8. They start $8. They have jars. They have different. Those make anything with photos, scrapbooking, doing things like that, making prints, putting them on a mug, anything like that it's so great to somebody, especially a family member who, It is.
Yeah. What do you buy them anymore?
Stuff like that.
Yeah, they appreciate that. They really do that.
People they already just get what they have. There's inexpensive gifts you can do for like people at work. The mason jar gifts are like there's so many things you can do with the mason jar.
Oh yeah, brownie mixes, cake mix, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can do stuff like layer like the flour, the brown sugar, all the dry ingredients for a cake or a brownie mix, anything like that. Cookies. Put it in a mason jar and then write out the recipe on a card and hand it. It is so neat. People love stuff like that because they don't get stuff like that anymore. Everybody's all about electronics and most of the time people already have it. People nowadays if they want it, they just go buy it.
Yeah.
So there's so many gifts you can do. Somebody at work, you can even make them cookies, make them homemade, brownies. Put it in a nice little, colored cellophane or something. There's so many things that you can do for somebody.
Yep.
Dollar stores now are so great. You can do little baskets together.
Yes, absolutely. Get
for kids. Now this is something that I've done before too. Is go to the store, get you some carrots. Go find some buttons in your house, an old scarf, some mittens, whatever.
Gotcha.
And put it all in a box.
Yeah.
You can put it in a box and just what is it? It's a snowman.
It's a snowman kit. Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's something that's inexpensive that you could get for like probably $5 or less.
Yeah.
And give it to a kid is gonna be like, oh my god, this is so cool. It's like there are so many things you can a melon ball or hand it to them with one of them large melon balls.
Oh yeah.
The snowball maker. So yeah, there's so many things that you can do last minute.
Yeah, very much so. Very much
like
so.
I said, surviving Christmas. There is. You could do things like go to the dollar store, get some cute little Christmas mugs. So this is something people don't like. You see those baskets at the store, and they cost like anywhere between $10 and $20, and there's really nothing in them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
They're just box. You can go to the dollar store, get a Christmas basket or a little Christmas sleigh. Put a couple mugs in there.
Yeah.
Put some hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate's a good thing. Yes.
And they have the basket wrap. I mean, like I said, for $5 or less, you get a really cute gift.
Or
that you made and you put together.
Or get at the dollar store, you can get little hand creams for $1. Put a couple in there.
Exactly.
Little things like that.
Even if it's not even family members, you can do stuff like, okay, they have Okay, like a good example, Netflix. People pay for Netflix,
Yeah.
right? They have those little Netflix cards you can buy for $10. That pays for 1 month of Netflix. I thought this was a really nice. I thought this was a really cool idea. I seen this online the other day. Somebody put like a Netflix card on a, those York peppermint patties. There was a pack of York peppermint patties, and they put the Netflix card in there, and they wrapped it up, and they called that Netflix and chill.
I love it. I love it. That's great.
I thought that was just a neat idea. So if so there's just creative ways you can save money but still be creative and funny. So
Yeah, I love that. That's great.
some people like different types of teas. They have that Bigelow. I think it is at Walmart. There's different stores that it's at where they have like a variety of teas like in one package.
Yeah.
Open up that box, take those teas out, and you can like just put them individually. So they're individually wrapped. You can put them like in in different cups and stuff, and and give that to somebody. There's so many things that you could do. There's so many ideas, and like kids nowadays, they have so many screens and technology. What kids crave now is something that isn't that.
Right.
Even though they love to play their video games or TV, but they will stop because anything that they don't have that isn't normal to them, they will love.
Oh, yeah.
Like art kits, things like that, little builder kits. There's so many things that you could do for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Older kids
Yeah.
that you actually trust with things. Go get you a couple boards and have them cut up. And give a kid some screws and and just have them try to build something. They would love that. Pre-bore the hole so they can actually build like a little box or something.
There you go.
For the older kids, there's so many things that you can do.
Absolutely. I like that York peppermint patty. That was good. Yeah,
Netflix and chill.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a cool idea. And then like kids, you could say you could give them a couple tablets and some colored pencils. Kids who like to draw, sketchbooks, things like that. They're inexpensive. So like if you're instead of going for like the toys, always the toys and the screens, try something else. If a kid likes to color or draw, get them a couple sketchbooks, put them together with some colored pencils and different things that they could do. They'll love it. Not everything has to be fancy. And
yes, absolutely,
great.
Absolutely.
Like I have a girl at work. I got her Secret Santa, and I just kind of talked to her a little bit, and I know but she's going through some issues right now, just some things, and so I got her like this relaxation kit.
There you go.
I got her like
perfect.
She loves Pink Floyd. Hopefully, she's not listening.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Like she loves Pink Floyd, so we had like a $20 limit, something like that on the 2025. So I got her like a little Pink Floyd shot glass, and I went to the liquor store and got some of those little minis of like Crown Royal things like that.
Yeah.
And some lavender candle and some relaxation stuff and some lotion that and a little tiny teddy bear and just little things. And I went to this place where they sell like the rocks, that absorb negative energy. And
absolutely.
I got a bunch of those and put them in a little satchel for her, and I put it in the Christmas boxes you can get at the dollar store. Put that in there, put it all together. And it's a really nice gift for for what I pay. And it's like, and that's what people don't understand. It's like you can make things nice, and you don't have to pay out the ass for it.
Right. Make your own bath salts too, or bath bombs. You can do that.
Your own sugar scrub. Do you know how much people pay for sugar scrubs? And they're like the
easiest
thing in the world to pay.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
And like I said, it's not about being cheap. It's about doing what you can within your means, and it means something to people.
Yes.
Like her, I could have went out and just got her some kind of bathtub thing that has a couple squeegees in it, but it's like, it wasn't, to me, that's not personal.
No. A personal,
I try to do something that was personal for her. And it's like, yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but it comes from your heart when you actually try for somebody, and people, believe me, they appreciate that. I know I would.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. It's more personal.
I'm trying to look up that sugar. It's so easy to make sugar scrub. It's not even, And also, even those bath bombs, they are so easy to make.
Yes.
I'm gonna get this sugar scrub and I'll put it on the.
There you go.
Let's see. Like I said, people are always like, well, what does this have to do with anything? It has to do a lot with stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is also, again, modern survival. There's things that you can do to help yourself. If you
you don't have to spend a fortune.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's your own kids, it's like it's a Christmas you just can't afford. Do things to promise them stuff. Take them to the park, give them little coupons, whatever you can do. You can do something. Something is better than nothing. I cannot stand those people. I don't want to do anything because I can't get them expensive stuff. It's like, no, there's things you can do. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Make them a coupon book. Here's a coupon, we're going to go sledding. Here's a coupon, for maybe $5 movie night or something. Things like that. You can make a coupon book for them. And, of course, make them cookies. Got to have cookies.
Exactly. And it's easy to do.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at how much much more they'd appreciate it. They really do.
I didn't start it this year, but I want to do it next year. If I'm still at this place, I don't know. Maybe the next place I'm at. But I want to start like this thing where it's called a $5 homemade gift. Instead of like everybody's Secret Santa.
Yeah.
You've got to get your person. You cannot spend more than $5 on a homemade gift for them.
There you go. That's great.
I think that would be so neat. I'm trying to look up the recipe for these. There was this one that I seen that was just so cool. Of course, you got to go through this whole BS to get to the. Okay, like it's sugar, coconut oil. You can put the essential oils in it if you want. It's not necessary, but some kind of scent that you want for the essential. It's usually lemon or lavender.
Yep.
And food coloring, and that's it.
There you go.
And you can look up these recipes online. They're so easy. And what sugar. People don't know is sugar is natural antibacterial. You can leave sugar on the counter for 3 years and it's not going to go bad because it will not, for some reason, it won't grow bacteria. The sugar scrub itself is also an exfoliant. So not only are you putting like this antibacterial thing in your skin, it's also a good scrub,
Mm-hmm.
And of course you wash it off in the shower. You don't leave it on, But you can make, your own lotions. You can make all kinds of things. If you're listening to this, you more than likely have a computer, so you can look all this stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Google make your own sugar scrub. Make our mason jar gifts. There's so many things, and it's not about if you're hanging around people that are like, oh well, they're cheap, so then you don't need to hang around those people if they think that's cheap. It's to me, I would so much rather get a gift from a heart.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a coworker, to me, like if a coworker went and spent their time to bake me some cookies or something, I'd be like, oh
yes.
my God, that is so awesome. And I'm not saying I wouldn't appreciate anything that anybody got me. I'm just saying that I think even homemade gifts to like your kids, your grandkids,
absolutely.
Your nieces, nephews, friends, family, sisters, whatever. I really think that something like that is more appreciative.
Oh yeah, yeah. They know you took they appreciate the time you took to even do that.
Exactly. So you still have 2 weeks to do something like this.
Oh yeah.
And it's so easy. 9 times out of 10, it's stuff you have in your house.
Yep.
That you can make.
Yeah. Right now, you can, if you have Groupon, you can get some good deals, maybe from Shutterfly. They have coupons all the time going on, family pictures and stuff. Maybe the grandparents don't have a whole family picture. Something like that would be nice.
I can remember as a kid, I have an aunt, my Aunt Sharon, and it's like she used to send us something every year. It was like this little care package, and it was never anything like extravagant, but it's like we looked forward to it every single year. She always used to send us like an ornament and like a bunch of candy.
Oh.
And it was like, and she would send that in the mail, and that was like just the coolest thing. You know what I mean? It's like, because it was sent individually to us, and it's like, oh my god, this is your, and she would like send it like in a package to my parents, but then each time you open it, your name's on it, and it's like you open it, and there's your ornament from Aunt Sharon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, an ornament's nice.
Thing, and Christmas candy. There was like, sometimes there was Christmas cookies, just depending how motivated she was that year. But yeah, it was, that was just always cool to us kids, and that was just so awesome. It was like the yearly thing. Oh, where's Aunt Sharon's? It became a thing. So that's what I'm thinking about doing that with my great nephew, because he's almost. I really haven't, because he lives far away. So you know how that is. It's like, not that you don't want to. It's just kind of like, the things here take precedence over that. So I really want to start doing something like that, like sending him an ornament, just some candy, and something. And I think that would be like a cool tradition to start, just like she did. So there's different things you can do. You would be surprised what means something to somebody.
Absolutely. That the sugar scrubs are amazing. They really are.
Oh yeah, and they're so easy to make.
There you go.
So
yeah.
It's just literally coconut oil and sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you could probably use different. You could probably even use. I don't even know. Could you use baby oil? Maybe, I don't know.
Baby oil, I don't know.
Look up different recipes.
Yeah.
But I know that it's coconut oil,
yeah,
sugar, and like I said, you can add the other stuff if you want to, but you don't have to.
No, you don't. But easy peasy. Doesn't take a lot of your time, especially working people. You can make a few in an evening if you're home.
They make a winter health kit for people.
Yeah.
I'm looking up here. I'm looking up a thing, and this is brilliant. I think somebody took a mug from the dollar store. You know those emergencies?
Yeah.
Those emergency packets. Oh. They put 2 packets of emergency, a couple things of tea, and a little individual tissue box into this mug, and then wrapped it up and said it's their winter survival kit. It's like, that's so cute. That's such a good idea. So if they get sick for the winter, they have these things. They have the hot tea, they have the emergency, and some in a mug.
Perfect. That's great.
Yeah, I think that's real. Well, something like I do for my coworkers at work. I've done this,
Mm-hmm.
Almost every place I've ever worked, I've done this, because in the profession I'm in, you always need a pen. Always. You always need one. So what I do is I'll take like a Christmas tin or something like that, and I'll put a bunch of pins in it with some little miniature candy canes and Hershey's pins, and I'll lay it on each unit and tell everybody, here, take a pen, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Because you can't afford to get everybody something, but I mean it's so there you have something that's decent for a lot of people. So I think it's there's so many things that you can do that don't require a lot of money, and there you go, Christmas survival. So just be creative, think about it. Take these ideas if you want to, whatever you need to do. So, but that's about it on that. Do you have anything else for that?
No, I think we covered that pretty well.
Yeah, so y'all just, we're not going to be back here. I'm not sure if we're going to do a show the week of Christmas. Right,
we'll
Christmas.
see.
We'll see, maybe a little one just to kind of last minute craziness or something.
Yeah, we could do that. We could make it short so you're not, because people have things to do. So, we could do that. I don't see why we couldn't do a short one. Why not?
Yeah, I think it's fun. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Announcement to make. Okay. Next week we do Planet Walking Dead. So on the weeks we don't do that every other Wednesday, I'm bringing the book corner back. There are just so many good books out there. I have to bring it back. I really enjoy doing that and just all the kind of books out there. So I'm going to bring the book corner back. So
see, and I like doing this every other week.
Yeah.
Because that kind of keeps. Well, that way you're only doing 2 shows a month, and then that way you don't have to, because it gets monotonous after a while trying to find stuff. Like I couldn't do Planet B.O.B. every week.
No.
And I couldn't do Acto and I probably could do Acto and Killers every week, but we do it every other week.
Yeah, every other week, and we have plenty to talk about. There's no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, I do. I'm really digging this every other weekday. So that way we have.
So on those off weeks, those off weeks, I'll do the book corner, which is much more feasible.
Great. So this Wednesday.
Yes.
This Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. I didn't want to not do it, so I'm going to bring it back. I enjoy doing that. There's just so many good books out there to talk about. So many authors now. So
there you go, and it'll give you a good plug for the authors too.
Absolutely.
Because everybody's reading Stephen King, but
the Institute.
Joe Schmo over here, he's equally a good author. Nobody's reading Stephen King. So it's good that you're plugging that, and I'm all for books. You know that. Yay, book corner!
Yay! So yes, I am going to bring that back. I'm excited about it. I really am.
Like my personal nerd motto: books before screens.
Yep.
Comics before.
There you go.
Comics before toys.
I think eventually, once I get more of them, we'll get more into some of the graphic novels too. I think. So I think I'm going to do that too with that. But my first author I'm going to do is Nora Roberts because of her new trilogy that came out. It is amazing. So we're going to talk. Year 1, Blood and Bone, and there's a third one out. And I don't want to screw up the name, so.
Yeah.
Because I just got it, so. It is amazing.
You guys heard it here first. Book Corner's coming back.
Yeah. Yay! I'm excited about it. I really am, so.
I think it'll be fun. And that was something you enjoyed. It just kind of got put on the back burner.
Yeah, not by me. Anyway.
I know. Somebody else reminds us.
So, anyway, but I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back, by God. My God, a couple, maybe put a few Christmas recipes in there, too.
There you go. That's awesome.
We did that one year, too. I had Christmas drinks, Christmas food. So, give you some ideas, maybe.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Book Corner is coming back. So, and that's part of survival, too, believe it or not, is reading.
Oh, yeah.
It keeps your mind sharp. Known fact. So, alrighty then.
Yeah. Have a good night. Have a good week, everybody. So.
Yes, have a good week.
Yep. Don't go crazy. Yeah. Don't get into the craziness.
Just don't forget you have to pay off everything next year.
Yeah.
When don't put yourself in debt for this.
No, don't do that. That's what they want you to do.
I've done that in the past myself.
Oh, yeah.
I've learned
how
to do that.
Yep.
Because I've learned that people appreciate put together gifts by you that may cost, $10-15. They'll appreciate that just as much as they would $100 gift. And of course, not your kids. Your kids want screens, but
yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have noticed that people appreciate it just the same.
Oh, they do. They do. They really do. And don't put yourself in a bind. Absolutely not.
Yes.
So survive this. You know what? And take time for yourself. Take an evening after the kids go to bed or after you get home from work. Sit down, watch a Christmas show, listen to Christmas music. Have a glass of wine, have hot chocolate, whatever. Sit down and relax a bit. You deserve it too. So take time for yourself.
There you go. So, alrighty. We're going to get off here now, and you all have a good night.
Yep, have a good night, guys. Peace out, y'all.
Have a good rest of the week. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you next few weeks.
Yep, absolutely.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Night, everybody.